better control you've got over your business. Another way of keeping your variable cost down is outsource the non-added value things. Things like you can outsource now your accounts. You can have your accounts done in India. You can outsource some of your IT stuff. You can still do it through somebody here, but you can get it done much cheaper, and you can get it done really at a cost which is then, again, variable. You know, they charge you for every posting they make. Now, if you're doing less business, your posting goes down, so therefore your cost. Distribution is another one. If distribution is not your own USP, you need to stick to what is yours. But if distribution is not, which it isn't for many people, you can pay for it by the delivery. Again, a variable cost. You can think about licensing your product. You can take a product which you're doing and you're doing it well, and you think, well, can that be done in other countries or other parts of the country? And you'll be surprised if any of you ever go around the franchising exhibition, you'll be amazed at things that get licensed today. So if you've got something unique, or one of the companies I'm working with, it's got a very, very unique business. They deliver leaflets in London, and they've got a computer system that works with that. The whole thing is a package. So we're looking at, well, you know, every city needs this. If we've got something that's unique in it, we can license it. So look and say, well, can my product, can my service, can that be licensed? I come back again. It all is down to your leadership skill. It's all down to how you think about people, how you value people, and how you work with them. That will make sure that you add value. Okay. The new world, for me, is social media and the technology coming with it. And I believe if you ignore it, if you stand back and say, no, this is not for me, I'm never going to Twitter, I'm not going to go on Facebook. Why do I need to let people know that I'm eating a cheese sandwich in Starbucks? If you ignore that, then it will be at your peril. Why do I say that? Because what is actually happening, you just need to see what happens. There's 450 million people on Facebook. 450 million people. They're talking about Facebook becoming a bank. It's an amazing, amazing way that you can get yourself known. Now, PR, offline PR, is going to perhaps almost disappear. So money that you were spending on PR is going to disappear. Advertising is going to be a very different way. But what it is for SMEs is, for very little cost, you could be as big as the big boys. You can get your name out there. You know, they spend billions of pounds in getting their brand out there. You can do it for very, very little money. So I just want to talk about some of these a little bit more, because I think this is the biggest edge and the biggest opportunity that we've got in reducing our expenses, but increasing our value and increasing our reputation. The web constantly is, I think, surprising everybody. I don't know if any of you saw the John Lewis, there was a very good television program, three parts on John Lewis Partnership. The last part talked about they selling online. And John Lewis Oxford Street is a huge part of the John Lewis Partnership. After 2 years being online, they're selling more goods than John Lewis in Oxford Street online in 2 years. There's 7,000 people in John Lewis in Oxford Street, and only 2,000 people working in the warehouse and distribution. They're doing the same business with a third major cost. That's before you talk about they don't need to have a place in the middle of Oxford Street, which is getting more and more expensive. stories like that. What was it this morning? Who was it? It was Sainsbury's, wasn't it, that announced their results. 1% increase last year in sales, 20% increase in online sales. You know, don't miss it. It's an opportunity for everybody in different ways. Damon here could verify that he's got a very good web business, and he's seeing it all the time. But even he's saying, okay, where can I outsource so that I can make sure that I'm bringing the best cost to you? And he's got how many people in the 120 people. So then we get to the social media. Twitter. How many people have you here? How many people in this room Twitter? Right. So that's a higher number than I thought. Certainly when we were talking about Twitter in our group, there was nobody doing it. And then now, I think 4 or 5 people in our group are doing it. It's not a joke. It's not just for the youngsters. And in fact, the average age of people now is growing that are using it. And it's being worked all the time to become more and more a business tool. I could talk about it for a long time, because it is one of the ways. You know, you send newsletters out. You can send a newsletter out to everybody that follows you in seconds. But you have to go through the process. And the process is, first of all, they need to know you. Then they need to like you. And then they need to follow you. So you build up these numbers of people, some of them that you want to follow, some of them you want to hear from. I follow Barack Obama. I follow, lots of people like that. And we have sort of conversations. So I know what he's doing. I know whether he's having a cheese sandwich in Starbucks. But gradually, as they get to know you, then they get to like you. And then you can put on, a lot of people think you can only put 142 characters on. Well, you can. But you can also link a blog or a newsletter or anything else that's got a URL on your website, for instance. You can blog it and it shrinks it. And then you can put your comments afterwards. So there's an enormous amount of information. You can put videos on all sorts of stuff. So Twitter's very powerful because it's very simple. It's very easy to do. And believe me, you don't need to spend a lot of time. But you have to do it rather than give it to somebody else, because it's you as the leader of the business that is the business, and they need to get to know you. So they start to follow you, and they start saying, oh, what does this guy do? And then they start to do business with you. Those of you that got kids at university, just think about this. When they come out of university, having got their degrees, they have 10, 15 friends in the old days, people that they could call friends, people that knew them. That would be quite a lot, but 10 or 15, that'd be right. Nowadays, they're on Facebook. They're building they'll probably come out with 1,500. Now when you contact them later on and say, well, I've just started to work at Marks and Spencer's, or just started to do this, they can start to contact you, well, that's interesting, let's get together. Or build a business, or whatever it is, you've suddenly got more followers. You'll suddenly have more friends. It's such an exciting opportunity. Yes, it can be abused, but most things can be abused. But, as I say, if you don't do it, it's at your peril. LinkedIn is now the biggest social network which links businesses together. I think it's 11 million that they now have worldwide. The Academy, which is the British equivalent to that, is the largest one in Britain, has got 500,000 members. They tend to be different. LinkedIn tends to be very business orientated, with many more business people in it. The Academy tries to have a heart and a soul, which is quite difficult, but they have clubs and people meet more, and it's a different emphasis. I would suggest that you be both. And now all these things, including Facebook, the biggest one in the world, growing by about 20 million a month at the moment. 400